Okay, I think we're ready to start. So, hello everyone. This is Daniel, and Peter is also here. And we appreciate you finding the time to connect today. It's almost a new year, so we appreciate you finding the time. I know that the life is hectic. And today we invite you for this engaging 60 minutes, for this 1 hour. Today, we're going to have Vanessa Woods presenting her case study of using the AI exposure therapy. Today, we're going to present you how PsyTechVR changed in 2024, and also we'll show you a demo. And also, we'll take a look at our 2025 roadmap.
Welcome, everyone. Very happy to see you here. We'll try to make it interesting and entertaining. It's frankly speaking our first big event. So if something will go wrong, we'll fix it.
So today with us we have Vanessa Woods. Vanessa, if you're here, just maybe you can open up the camera. We can bring you to the main stage, and maybe you can just give a small introduction of what you do and when you started the VR.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Sure. We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, my name is Vanessa Woods. I am the CEO and founder of South Jersey Coping Clinic, located in Marlton. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is being at the forefront of utilizing cutting edge technology. So one of the things that I was searching for in order to help kind of add some value to our clients throughout their process with us was a way to kind of track their progress when they're not always in the therapy sessions with us, and to help them actualize some of their issues in the session. One of the limitations that we sometimes have as providers is solely relying on the reports of our clients and not always being able to replicate some of the things that happen in the moment. And so VR technology has enabled us the opportunity to be able to recreate some of these scenarios with our clients, and help coach them through different coping mechanisms in order to reduce their anxiety levels. So one of the cases that has been really exciting for us is someone who had extreme anxiety and phobias around heavy swinging objects, more specifically chandeliers. And this was the first because we work with a lot of different phobias within our clinic. But this was one that is really hard to replicate. And so we were able to gradually expose this client to swinging objects, to chandeliers, so that she would feel more comfortable going out and about. For example, to hardware stores, to dinner with her family, to outings with friends. This phobia that she had of heavy swinging objects, more specifically chandeliers or swinging light fixtures, really impacted her ability to be an active participant in her community. And it was really impacting her self-esteem and also her depression. And so we utilize the AI on the VR technology to be able to create very specific scenarios for her so that she could start to feel more confident in putting herself into these settings. And we tracked her over the course of about 8 weeks, and she did really, really well in terms of her scoring on the GAD-7. She was able to reduce her anxiety. In the beginning, just even talking about it, even putting on the headset was very triggering for her. And by the end of her 8 weeks, she was really excited. She put on her VR. She was in the scenario. She could withstand the scenario for longer. We were only introducing it for shorter bouts. And by the end, she felt even more comfortable. We actually just got an email because she was working with really closely with us, but also one of our interns, just thanking, us for her ability to feel like she could have her life back. So that was really, really helpful for us. We've been utilizing the VR in our clinic, I want to say for just about a year now. Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been about a year now since we've been utilizing it in our clinic, and it really has been helpful for us to reach people in a way that kind of feels more relatable for them, but also helps them translate real world issues and challenges in the moment.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Vanessa, probably some of our guests, some of our members have questions. So in terms of applying the VR during a single consultation, so how much time did you spend on this VR exposure comparing to, let's say, a whole like a 60-minute session? So what part of the VR it was?
So it was progressional. So when we first started out with our client, we'll call her Jane, it was very brief. So we kept it to 10 minutes and under when we first started out. We wanted to make sure that she was comfortable, she understood how to use the equipment, she knew how to get to her safe space. And she knew the different prompts that we could utilize to kind of help coach her through. So the first couple of sessions were 10 minutes and below. And the rest of the session, of course, was spent talking about, coping strategies, different triggers, plans, treatment planning for this client. And then gradually over the course of the weeks, we upped it. So by the end of week 8, she was able to be in the VR system for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay. Just want to say, if anyone has any question to Vanessa, we can refer to a few questions from the chat. So feel free to ask questions. Vanessa, and you also said that during this exposure, you created a safe place and you used to switch back and forth from exposure to the safe place if necessary.
Mhm. Yeah, so one of the things that, we try to do is increase her distress tolerance. When she first came in, she couldn't even put on the headset. She was really, really afraid of seeing even the visual of a chandelier. So what we would do is we would kind of warm her up. We would do some mindfulness-based technologies. We would then prep her mentally and let her know that we were going to enter into the scenario. And we would just kind of track her distress tolerance for how long she could kind of stay in there while trying to utilize her breathing techniques, her coping techniques.
Let me start. One of the questions, we have Karen late with us. Hi, Karen. So Karen is asking, how do you do or any of the sessions remotely? So Vanessa, do you think that if the client could have a headset at home, you can make it remotely, or provide you with a home task to do it at home?
Absolutely. I think that this is something that can be done remotely if the client does have the means to get the VR headset. I will say when it comes to the initial sessions, though, my recommendation is always in person is better. But for those who may not have the capability, and the means to be able to be with you in person, definitely remote can work. The protocols would just be a bit different.
Okay. About the protocol, we have a question from Harold. Harold is asking if we could provide a certain protocol. Vanessa, maybe after this call, we can think with you about posting a protocol you used during this exposure.
Sure.
Okay. After this call, I will also share the email of Vanessa so you can get in touch directly. And because we need to jump to some other topics of this meeting, let me take another question. So Jackie, hi Jackie. So Jackie asking if Vanessa, if you are using the VR therapy for adolescents suffering from anorexia.
Yeah, so we don't use the VR therapy for anorexia. It's not something our clinic treats a whole lot of, but we do use it for adolescents, and they really, really do like and enjoy it because there's so many different things in there that we could do with them when it comes to social skills, when it comes to anger management. So there's a lot of different other techniques and treatments that we can do in the VR, but I personally and my team personally have not utilized it to treat anorexia.
Okay. Well, I think we answered all the questions, and I think we can move forward. Vanessa, we really appreciate you being brave and taking this kind of a first opportunity to speak in front of our audience. And thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
We wanted to speak with you about the 2024. Just we wanted to share some steps being taken to bring you PsyTechVR. So first of all, we did about 87 new features. So we introduced a lot of new scenarios and functionality. So let's talk about the February. So we introduced a dashboard. So the dashboard was our first external platform which allows you to see some statistics like stress assessments, the duration of the training. So that's where we started. And next, we expanded and we actually tried our first EMDR. And I would like to introduce you to our advisor, so the person who is helping PsyTechVR with our EMDR work. So Dr. Udi Oren, the president of the EMDR Association, the senior trainee in EMDR, the student of Dr. Shapiro, and I think we did a lot during this year. So Dr. Oren, we really appreciate your help, and I think we have a big goals for educational part for 2025.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing all these developments, and based on what has been done in 2024, I'm convinced that the final product will be a very good one.
I just wanted to clarify one thing. So it's a new field, and it's new field for you, and it's a definitely new field for us in the sense that VR is expanding and growing so much. Even in 24, there were so many changes we've seen, and we're trying to be on top of this technology. We're trying to implement as much as we could, but just to be honest with you, this field is growing. This field is expanding, and this year we did a lot, but next year it will be even more. So what we see right now is absolutely amazing movements in a artificial intelligence, virtual reality technology overall. So we're just trying to keep up at this moment. And we're doing our best to keep up with the technology, because I think technology is amazing. I think technology is, providing so many, capabilities. And we really appreciate your input, as our customers. And, of course, Dr. Warren been working with us. Thank you. But we're just trying to implement this best technology available.
So let's quickly move forward for a few other things we introduced you during this year. So in March, we had our safe place. Everyone knows a safe place. I'm the person who's actively promoting a safe place. I know it's static, so it's a still 360 picture, but today we're gonna have a look at our few steps we're gonna take in 2025. So in 2025, we're gonna make AI videos for the safe place and also for exposures. What happened in April is that we introduced a few 360 video scenarios for addictions and a few scenarios for OCD and Omni user mode. I know not so many of you actually have tried Omni user mode. That's when you can have 2, 3, 5, up to 10 headsets. You can set up avatars and you can go to the exposure together with your clients and see each other avatars. This feature was on pause due to some technical issues, but we're actually bringing it back in 2025. In May, we had a lot of requests from distributors all over the world to start promoting PsyTechVR in different regions like France, like Spain, and other countries. So we introduced PsyTechVR to a lot of different languages. August, actually, there was a break. During the summer because with Peter, we spent a lot of time on our new updates. So in August, we finally introduced a launch pad. This is actually a game changer. So what the therapists say that it's a game changer when you can control the client experience from your laptop. Together with this laptop control panel, we also introduced the AI to create exposures. That was a very first kind of a version, but still it was something that where we started. Sounds, mindfulness, WhatsApp chat support, also a group therapy. It's still not so popular, but using the PsyTechVR, you can control multiple headsets at the same time, and you can do this in person and also online. October, Meta has released a new MetaQuest 3S headset that was supported, and so the bullying. This is our new scenario available for the system. So you can have this again. You can go for anti-bullying exercise in the new year. Actually, January, we're bringing the ChatGPT back bully for social anxieties. It's gonna be a fully conversational avatar, which is powered by the ChatGPT, and you can have a live conversation with the bully, just for some social anxieties. November.
Danny, I'm sorry, this is Harold Henderson. Are you guys going to do like a training, or is that something we schedule privately to kind of show how to use the updates and stuff? I might have missed that in the last one. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. Thanks for this question. So after this call, I think tomorrow we're going to send you a link with the record of this webinar, and there's going to be a special link where you can book an update and installation onboarding call.
Okay, perfect. And I can contact you directly if I need other stuff.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure. Okay, new updates. So now I'm going to share my screen. Now we're going to take a look at a few updates which we promised you. First of all, we have PsyTechVR uploaded to the Microsoft Store. This was one of the feedback that it takes a lot of time to download the PsyTech, so now you can get it from the Microsoft Store. This is a new platform. It's called Launcher. It has all of our kind of a PsyTechVR pieces under one roof. So if you want to have an access to learning platform with guides or questionnaires, it's right here. These are the shortcuts which can bring you to the browser. You can download and update Launcher here. Same, you can download and update the VR app here. There is also the access to the dashboard. And, just everything is now under one roof. And as Peter mentioned, in 2025, we'll make it more user-friendly. This is a launchpad where I click launch. Okay, and yeah, so that's the launchpad, which all of you know. Okay, so what do? We click sign in. Okay, and on the headset, we also need to have our app with PsyTechVR. So just a second.
So this is a live demo. This is a live product. So
Yeah. Next, I go to lobby. Oh, you can also see our Christmas tree. That's something that we also updated. You can click on this account. This is my account linked to my system. Next, you can see we updated this user interface a little bit, so you can see that the headset is connecting. Okay, it's connected. And next, I can click choose scenario. So first of all, you all remember that the AI to create safe places was also the same AI to create exposures. And that wasn't the best idea. So we separated AI. So now if you go to relaxation, you can find one AI to generate safe places. Let's start from here. I'm gonna click select. Next, I click start. Oh, now we can create a safe place. So I just want to let you know, because we have some international clients, PsyTechVR now has the AI translator. So if you type in Hebrew, in French, in any other language, the AI can understand what you're saying. Right here, I can say something. So let's say we're looking for the forest and maybe a cozy cabin and a lake. And we introduced the enhance button. So once you click enhance, the AI will take your prompt and will make it more detailed, because the more detailed description of your safe place you have, the more detailed and beautiful picture you're gonna have at the end. So as always,
So sorry, just a side note. Prompting is a separate science. So we're not expecting you to be experts in prompting. This is why we're introducing this little prompting help that will actually will guide you into a better prompting, so to speak.
Well, as Peter said, we only use the small word, and the AI provides us with a whole big description, which you can change. So just that. That's how it works. We can save this safe place. Of course, we have different options for breathing exercises. We have different mindfulness meditations here, or binaural beats and other relaxative sounds. I saved the safe place, and now I can click menu, and we can go to one of exposures. Let's say I click Phobos, and now here you can see a first one, which is the AI. So now we have a shortcut of AI in each section, whether it's OCD, PTSD, or phobia. So AI is finally in exposures. But we can choose one of the scenarios, not necessarily this one. We can say, let's say phobia of heights, or maybe, let's say phobia of heights. So I can choose one of the scenarios, which can be, let's say, balcony. I click it, I click select. We'll need a few minutes a few seconds, I would say, with this internet.
Can I just interrupt you while we're waiting? So our plan right now, we're connected to one AI, visual AI. Our plan for next year to connect to give you a choice between the different AIs, because they're all a little bit different. And it will be a static picture, and the idea is to move to actually more interactive video, AI-generated video, and that would be a real goal for us, to essentially not to have a static picture, but rather have an ability to move around the scenario.
Right. Okay, So we are in scenario. We're in scenario. So that's one is connected with the phobia of heights. Just for those who haven't tried the Launchpad yet, from the Launchpad you have an option to control the movement of your client. Just so you don't need to spend time onboarding them how to use these controllers. You can control it from your Launchpad. Actually, we'll take a look at the 2025 roadmap, and in 2025, we'll allow you to activate the option so your client can finally take controllers and move while you're watching their experience. But in the current version, you move in scenario, you can bring your client closer to this exposure of balcony, okay? And next, you as a therapist, just you can always decide about your next steps. We have a safe place. You remember, we can click a safe place and immediately jump from exposure to the safe place and back. And also we introduced the new AI. So this is the AI to create sounds. The heights might be not the best example, but once you click audio, you can create an audio. You can generate it. So, and this can be any. We give you a few examples. You can click one of this. Let's say this can be a pistol shot or maybe dog barking or fire, fireboard. Or you can type it. So just again, and this is connected. This is connected with our translation AI, so you can use it in multiple languages. I click generate, and now within just a couple of seconds, usually it takes about 8-10 seconds, you can generate a sound. So you can generate a sound, or you can play another sound. The sound of the firework. You can put it on repeat. So this happens constantly. And you can generate any sound. The great example might be with AI to create exposures, because in our AI, you only generate a picture now. But just if you want to bring some liveness, you can generate a sound. So let's say this is the exposure of the certain place where the house is burned. So we can click audio and we can generate the sound of fire, or maybe the sound of someone crying. Oh, this can be terrifying. So just just in case. So you can of course you can generate it.
But just to tell you, so how AI is moving, early next year, probably Q1, Q2, there is an actually audio AI that could analyze the picture and add appropriate sound to the picture. So talking about how AI is evolving, so in a very short time, you don't have to kind of create your own sound. AI will be suggesting a sound according to the picture or according to the video you're creating.
We're still working on a few comments, and there is still some work to be done in January regarding the EMDR, but I think we're getting there. I think that we can move towards the roadmap for 2025 just to showcase you a few features. So what you should expect in 2025. So first of all, you know that currently there is a problem. So you can create a safe place or exposure for your client, but you can only save it once. So we're finally fixing it. So in January, at the end of the January, we're bringing you the option to save multiple safe places and multiple exposures. And within our system, you can create different folders. There's going to be a special folder structure like on your computer. So you can create a folder for, let's say, client 1 or client 2 and client 3 and so on without any limitations. And you can store these exposures or safe places for a specific client. a few other things. We're bringing some EMDR enhancements, so we're bringing some new features for the EMDR. Also, you can see the second thing, the Bully AI. So this ChatGPT Bully, which we've been talking about, there's going to be a special scenario where you can talk to ChatGPT-backed avatar. And next, we have a second quarter. So in the second quarter, as Peter mentioned, we will introduce you to videos with our AI. So you should expect this to be animated videos, which gonna have a different length. And again, it's not gonna be pictures, but you still going to have access to Pictures AI. So we're just gonna have a couple of AIs you can choose from. Also, some of you also ask us, when can the therapist start controlling the client experience in terms of grabbing the objects, or if it's an OCD scenario, opening the doors. This is also something that we're working on. Active mode is another feature, so you can let your client take controllers and walk around the place or pick up the objects from the floor. That's also will be available from the Launchpad. Finally, the dashboard will be changed. So a few things you need to know about our dashboard, which is coming. So first of all, the dashboard will have the access to the biosensors. Later, I think in a month, we will introduce you to a company where you can buy biosensors as a sensor for HRVs, sensor for galvanic skin response and breathing. You can track all this vitals in real time and have them on the dashboard. And of course, on the Launchpad, you will also have a special window where you can see the real-time feedback of your client. And the dashboard will have all these new features. And also, we will bring some new scenarios, both for phobias, OCD, and addictions. Let's talk about the third and the fourth quarter. So we've been speaking with Peter yesterday, and we clearly understand that this next 6 months, this is something that we can really predict. But something that happens at the end of the year, this may change a bit. Our bigger plan is to bring our app to the Meta store, also to the Pico store, and we already are actually at the HTC store. Actually, why? To help you get the updates slightly, even without the launcher. Also, we're gonna expand working on AI avatars. Our bigger plan is during the next year introduce you to a feature where you can customize the AI-powered avatar, where you can choose the behavior for this avatar, and maybe you do some small fine-tuning. And next, so you can have a fully kind of a customizable conversational avatar, which can take any action or any role. This can be someone who is angry, or this can be like pretty much everyone. New scenarios, because we are bringing more and more scenarios. Every one of you know that downloading scenarios in PsyTechVR, it's a little bit clumsy. We are working on it, so we'll introduce you to a download manager, so you can download all the scenarios at the same time. So you just get our app, click download, and you can have all the scenarios. Mixed reality is also on the target. In the beginning of this meeting, we did a kind of a survey, and we saw that we got like about 40% using MetaQuest 2 and 40% using MetaQuest 3. You know that the latest headsets has these cameras and different sensors. So we'll introduce you to mixed reality content. An example can be, let's say, phobia of dogs. So what we can do is we can take a dog, an animated dog, and bring it to the just everywhere where your client is sitting. So if the client is sitting in your office with a headset, the cameras can scan your room and we can bring a dog there. So this is gonna be like scenarios for phobias and other anxieties in a mixed reality.
But again, sorry to kind of interrupt, but I just wanted to clarify. So we pretty much set on our goals for Q1 and Q2. Q3 and Q4 will depend on how technology will move as well. So technology could move faster than we're expecting, and we will be bringing more features. It's just in this day and age, I cannot predict technology.
Well, and I think we have just a few slides left. We would like, because of the surveys for some reason don't work, we would like to ask you if you can share with us in the chat if there is something missing. So maybe we can bring some new updates and new features. So please feel free to let us know in the chat. For some reason surveys doesn't work. Share it, please. We always hear your feedback and we would love to help you. Oh, I actually see Karen is asking about the group sessions. With Peter, we've been speaking about a few formats of group sessions. For instance, you can be in your office, the client can be online somewhere, and maybe you have a group session. Maybe you have like a couple of clients somewhere. So we think that we can bring the avatar so you can meet each other in the same space. This can be a virtual room or sky or any place. And that's possible. I also see people giving us a feedback about new phobias, phobia of cats, water, definitely. I see some requests about the drugs addiction. That's possible. We can make it with 360 videos, or we can also introduce some 3D scenarios.
But you could actually create your own scenarios, for example, with for cats or water or swimming right now with AI. And that's essentially where we're moving. We will try to, we'll have some predefined scenarios and we'll build some scenarios. But since we're introducing AI more and more with kind of a, hopefully with ability to move around, so we will incline to kind of provide the tool, and therapists will be creating their own scenarios, save their scenarios, create a different levels and use it with their patients. Pretty much anything any kind of a phobias you could come up with, your patients could come up with. So I hope we will keep building scenarios for sure, but I can absolutely assure you that AI will provide it so much better options that and faster and more interactive options in next year. Order with uploads. Yes, it's possible. Avatars. If we'll have enough kind of people who need it, absolutely. We don't see why you cannot create an avatar. It's a little bit of work, but we looked at it. Our concern is we could absolutely, if we'll have enough people, asking for this feature, we could add this to our application, tomorrow. The technology is there. It's just we don't know how many people actually will need this.
Okay. And there's another thing. We'll keep having our monthly webinars, but I see a lot of requests from the therapists that we need a community. We need a platform where everyone can come up together, never feel alone, and ask questions, or maybe get in touch with our board members, or maybe learn more about the updates in the one dedicated place. The survey was supposed to ask you, if you would like to participate in it. So maybe you can let us know in the chat if you're interested in participating in the community, or just you're looking just to observe what's going on, or maybe you're not interested. So because this service doesn't work, please send us your feedback in the chat. And I see we have a lot of answers. And the next question would be, let's choose a platform. I know some people doesn't like Facebook, but at the end of the day, this might be the platform where everyone have an account, or maybe you can create a private account or super private account, or even change your real name there, or in not placing a picture. So please let us know in the chat. So there's a couple of options we come up together with. So maybe this can be a group of Facebook, or we can have a Microsoft Teams group. A cool thing about the Microsoft Teams is you can always kind of chat with us, because with Peter, we're utilizing the Microsoft Teams, and this might be a good platform. Discord, yeah, or Reddit, or maybe you've got another suggestion. So please let us know in the chat. After this call, we'll go through all the answers, and I think we'll change the platform, and we'll choose one.
So our dilemma was really, should we go with a platform like Facebook? Not everyone has an account with a Facebook, but it's kind of one of the most common, applications. Or we'll go with more technical platform like Discord or Reddit. So we're trying to figure out what's the best option, really. If you could make suggestions, we're happy to hear your suggestions. But I would say that just based on the answers in the chat, people are talking about Teams, Facebook Teams, Google Classroom. That's a funny one. Anyway, but my personal kind of a reservation that Facebook has been hacked so many times that I'm a little bit I have a reservation about using Facebook. But on the other hand, if people want to use Facebook, we'll use a Facebook.
The Microsoft Teams might be a good example, because when we talk with you, we usually use the Microsoft Teams, and I know a lot of you already have the Microsoft Teams downloaded on your desktop, because you have an account. Maybe we can choose the Microsoft Teams community. Yep.
I want to say that in Israel we use the chat, the WhatsApp. We like WhatsApp very much for a social platform. So I don't know how is it in other places, but it's very useful.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a last slide. Just wanted to wish you a happy holidays in all of the countries you live, and I know we have a couple of minutes left. We can use it for the open microphone if any of you just wanna ask a question or.
Just a full disclosure, this picture has been created using AI, so we're using AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free,
And we'll post a recording of the meeting, and we'll send you a link.
Daniel, could you, in 1 minute, talk about the biofeedback sensors that you're planning to integrate or are integrated?
Oh, sure. So I can even show the company, and let me talk of this just a second. Actually, there is one company called Minefield. We're actively talking to them now, so just to have their software integrated. So the Minefield is the company from Germany, which is providing the sensors for, this can be a pulse sensor, this can be a chest band, or for example, this can be another sensor for, let's say, skin response, the galvanic skin response. Like this, which you put to the fingers. So our plan is to integrate with them. So you have dry electrodes connected to your fingers, and the cable goes to the headset, right to the headset. And once you connect it, it will work like a plug and play. Your client takes a headset with sensors, and you can see this data in real time on the launch pad. So you see exposure, you can run an EMDR protocol, and somewhere on the left, you're going to have a small window with this heart rate or depending on the biosensor. Well, I think that's all. I saw there was about 80 people online with us, so we really appreciate you finding a time to join us. Thanks for being with us this year and all the works. In 2025, we'll introduce some great updates.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Goodbye. All the best. Bye-bye.